So we're out at Tanzanite Park Pond. I had this weird idea a while back to take a bunch of stuff that I find on the ground out here. Some of this. Cut a piece of this off for some webbing. Got some metal over here. I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna break some pieces of this off. I'm gonna make some line ties. I'm gonna go find some other stuff, some pieces of garbage and stuff, a stick and some other stuff. I'm gonna make a bait out of it. I'm gonna bring it back here and I'm gonna fish with it. And I'll show you guys the footage and the bait build and everything as I do it. Anyways, our ambassador's out here doing some weird stuff. Gonna build a bait out of garbage at Tanzanite Pond, catch fish with it. And I gotta collect all this stuff. I'll show you it when I'm done, when I collect everything. Could use that for some color on the bait. Might even be able to use those for the eyes. I'll take that. Find like a stick, some other stuff. I find like a candy wrapper or something. Oh, look at this. Some more scaling pattern stuff. I could do 2 different types of scaling on there. Alright, we're kind of getting somewhere here. I had this idea a long time ago. I don't know why I never did it. I might do it. Alright, so I'm out here and I'm doing this little like thing where I'm picking up a bunch of garbage to make a bait out of. Seriously guys, like seriously. You want to get better at bass fishing? You don't get better at bass fishing by throwing all of your lure packages on the ground. I understand like the mini whopper plopper's awesome. Lucky Craft are pretty cool too. I mean, just like, I could take this home and I could put a bait in that I painted and I could give that to somebody. You know what I mean? I mean, just throw them all on the ground. Look, I'm gonna take some of this and I'm gonna use it in the bait. See that Lucky Craft background? All that shiny in there, that gold and those letters. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take this box with me. Got me a new mystery tackle box. Thanks guys. Thanks for being slobs. This place is, I was just gonna say how clean this place is too. It's pretty clean. I got a whole bunch of bags over there, garbage in them. Clean up your stuff, man. It's that simple. Clean up your stuff. Take care of the fisheries. You don't take care of these places, you're gonna be gone, man. You're gonna be gone. Look like another wrap. All that shiny on there, that brown and all that, it's gonna be used. I'm gonna take little pieces of this stuff, I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna use this wrap on the bait. Anyways, picked up some stuff like this, some mesh for like scaling pattern. I got this that I'm gonna bend and I'm gonna make all my line ties out of. Got some packaging and stuff like that. I could use the back of this if I wanted to cut a stencil. I could use that for a stencil, something like that. I got this, which is kind of funny, Star Wars. I'm going to use these. I'm going to cut these out, put 2 tiny epoxy on them and make eyes out of those. I don't know, possibly. I got this in case I wanted to use it on the side of the bait when I'm airbrushing for lines. I got a bunch of different colored stuff. I'm going to take this stuff. I got this stick. I'm going to use this stick here for the bait. And I'm going to take pieces of this in the colored spots and I'm going to wrap it on the bait. If you can imagine this, I'm going to wrap it on the bait and then put stuff like this. Cut little pieces of it, different colors in different spots. Maybe cut a piece of this green or something to look like a fin. I got purples. I got a bunch of weird, just random stuff that I might use. I don't know why I grabbed all this. I was just looking for colors and different stuff, like maybe even some color off of that dark blue, blueberry. Of course, these are all down by the water there. Bunch of wrappers and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna use some of this and make a bait. So, and then I was thinking about maybe even wrapping this like for a gill, like the gill thing. Yeah, I don't know what kind of bait I'm gonna make yet. I'm in the process of building this guy right now, and I gotta finish that guy. I haven't been airbrushing much because out in this side room, it's like 100 degrees out here, and I can't airbrush at all out here when it gets hot, and I can't really run the airbrush in the morning or at night. It's a little loud, so yeah, I'm gonna get on building this. I'm gonna try to figure out exactly what I'm gonna make here and get onto it. It's probably gonna be a couple part video, but it'll be pretty cool. Now I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna go fish with it at Tanzanite. I think I might even build 2 of these. Keep one and give one away. I like that whole giveaway thing. I think I might do that. Anyway, we're ambassadors. So I guess the first step would be to mark out some marks on this, see where I want to cut it at. So I marked this out about 2.5 inches. Put a mark right here, put a mark right there. Sliced my finger open yesterday, carving one of these guys. Don't cut towards yourself. Anyways. I think I'm gonna make a joint bait out of this. Yeah, I think I am. So now, got that mark there. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go as straight as I can, kind of guessing. I spin it around where it doesn't look like it's straight. It's kind of unconventional way of doing this, but I'm just trying to kind of get a spot where it looks good, where I can. Wood usually has a bend to it or a wane to it. See what it look. Around which way would probably look best. If it's going to be a top water, it would probably be best bent this way. So I'm going to make a top mark right here, dead center. Start it. Trust the square here. Try to get it kind of lined up close somehow. Square, right? And it is hot out here. I got my fan turned off so you guys can hear me. And it is hot out here. I am sweating. I'm about as wet as a fish in water. Alright, gonna go back to cutting again. I figured I'll keep this one simple and make it look like a fish. I keep going overboard on some of my bait builds. I'm just going to kind of round the front of this guy off. Just kind of eyeballing it. I'll probably just 45 those off and then round it off. And then for the tail here, I'm just probably going to cut this down a little bit and make it like a slammer tail or something. I don't know, we'll see. back. Shape that out. So I got a little bit more shaping done on this. Next step is I'm going to take my Dremel. Then take this guy and I'm going to go around and I'm just going to clean up this whole thing, kind of shape it, and then I'm going to start making some line ties next out of this. Got my trusty old drill. This is super duper old. This is my grandpa's drill. Super old. So I'm just going to mark some spots on here. Take the drill, find about the middle, and line that up. Side there. Get an eyeball or a spot. Keep the two pieces the same way that they're supposed to be. It's like that. It's not going to sit right. So I got those two marked. And one back to the center right here. Got the head shaped a little different, so I know this is the bottom. I like to take this old scrubber, just got a short point on the end. I have to take it right in the spot where I'm going to drill and just kind of get a little hole started there. Once you got that little hole started, you get the drill bit sitting there. Gives you a spot to that easy. Now I just got a 220 epoxy them in. I'll drill the rest of these out and I'll show you what it looks like. Got some two-part epoxy. Got a bunch of these guys made up. Not the best looking ones in the world with their work. Got these guys all drilled out, ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up and I'm going to hook these guys. Stuff mixed up. Just takes it up. take some extra epoxy. Go around this. Probably do a couple of these, let them set up, and then I'll do the other ones. The fan's probably pretty loud. It's about 100 degrees out here now. So the next step here is some baking soda, super glue. Put the baking soda in the holes right here. You can see right here where it needs to be filled in on the side of my line ties. Just put the baking soda in there, put the super glue on it, and it instantly bonds. Learned that trick watching marling baits. Those both fill in. Now moving on to the next step. Did here, curved at the back of this, a little different than I normally would. It's a different tail. It's not from part of the stuff that I found, but I might end up using one of these rubber ones in there. Zeros. Considering since I found a bunch of this plastisol at Tanzanite Park, I'm going to consider it part of the build. So I'm going to shape down the back of this skinnier, so it's more like a slammer like that, you know, so it's a little skinnier. Try to work it down a little bit, make the wood a little smaller, that way the tail doesn't look too funky. Alright guys, so it is the next day. I got this thing all together. I like to make those backs floppy, so the action is a lot more on those guys. Cut that back slot. I'm gonna have a tail in there, but I think what I'm gonna do, because I just made this guy, is it's probably the only piece that I'm not gonna really actually make, like I said, what stuff I found. So I just made this guy. Made the plaster mold. It's a two-piece plaster mold. This guy that I hand carved. So I think what I'm going to do, like I was saying, I'm going to take some old plastisol, and I'm just going to pour a tail for this guy. That'll probably be the only part on here, besides possibly the hooks. I found a couple baits out there at Tanzanite Pond, and I might take those hooks off the crankbaits that I found out there, and I'll try to find the best ones and put them on here. If not, I'll just put my own hooks on here. Anyways, I'm going to move on to the next step. I found some of these are dividers from people's tackle, little keepers. So what I did was I took the bill off of this, and I just basically kind of traced the size. There's 3 of these. It's kind of thin. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take these guys, I'm going to cut them out, and I'm going to somehow like epoxy or glue these guys together, and it'll be thicker, and it'll be tougher. And I'm going to cut a little bill slot, and I'm going to epoxy that in. And then the next step is going to be to start cutting out pieces of that garbage and layering it on here like a paint job. And then I'm going to come back, and I'm probably going to airbrush a little bit of detail on here. Probably some sepia on the back and some detail, put the eyes on it and that kind of stuff. We'll probably build the eyes today. It's just these, and I'm just going to cut those out, put 2-ton epoxy on them and cut them out. Probably put little black dots in the center, and those will be eyeballs on there. Kind of cool looking. Gonna make the eyeballs now. Yeah, let's get weird with it. It's a little trick that I learned making these eyeballs. You should take this and flip it back and forth as you're doing it. A couple of extra ones if I make an extra bait. Just let it sit and then you just flip it. And what that does is the epoxy wants to go down and it wants to bubble out. You flip it over, the epoxy wants to flatten out. This stuff dries pretty quick, so we have to do this for a couple minutes. I do it just so the eyes will pop out a little bit more. I might do a second layer of epoxy to make them even bigger.